Okay, I'm gonna review the first period against Chicago game 2. So the first one's just gonna be off the face off. So guy's gonna win this back to Hawk. Oh wait, let me clear off. So we have Hawk going to it, Juice over here, Cap's going to pressure it, Dial's on Guy, going this way, and I'm sort of shadowing Juice and just kind of covering these boards. And so Guy's got a tiny bit of space. I'm sort of trying to take away the inside because I see on the outside. And I'm also kind of responsible for Juice, so I'm sort of covering both these guys right now. And luckily, they don't really get anything off this, but I mean, they did potentially have guys sort of open. If he was able to, I mean, it would have had been a really perfect pass. He could have received it and then tried to take a shot. So that's just, and we're gonna see the second face-off looks pretty similar to this one. So nothing really happens for a little bit, so I'm gonna skip forward a tiny bit. Um, so this next one's going to be the breakout. So I'm going to get it in this corner. I'm going to go over here to give him an option. Cap's also going to come to this side. Stanky's going to pressure. So let's move forward a little bit. And so we have Dial coming to these boards to give him an option. Me and Cap are pretty close to each other, but that's probably fine. Hawk's all the way back here. So right now, well, you don't really have control yet, but here you have control. Stanky's going to try and cut you off. He's basically aiming for this far post so that he can meet you right around here. I'm on these boards ready for a pass. Cap's pretty wide open because Juice is all the way over here, and so Cap will have momentum to get past him, and Hawk's all the way back here. KP's all the way here. Dial is an option, and we're going to see that's what we end up doing. It's a little close there. And then so I'm going to move it back a little bit because this ends up sort of working, but I think Cap potentially could have made a little bit more out of this. So as this goes back to Dial, I feel like Cap, what he ends up doing is turning all the way back around and running right into the defense. He runs right into Juice. If instead he either kind of skates up this way because Hawk's angled here, Juice is angled here, and KP is already committing to this. He's going to have a wide open, or he could kind of go all the way to the same side so that as Dial gets this around here, he would have an option to either immediately send it up the middle or just smush it off the boards because KP is going to be right on him and hit Cap there. But instead, what ends up happening, Cap hits. And again, so now we have three guys all over here, so I'm not sure why Cappy decided to turn back, because we have control of the puck. And like I said, if you're either here, I mean, Hawk would have been on you, but if you had just kept skating all the way across, Dial could have put it off the same boards to you. Dial doesn't really have an option, so he has to kind of just send it. And then this next one, I mean, this one's kind of ticky-tack, and I'm not really sure whether or not we want to do this, but so as this play's developing, we have Hawk taking around, Cap's kind of trailing him, Dial's trying to take away the far boards. I'm all the way back here, so I mean, my guy kind of is stanky dangles, but I'm also kind of eyeing Juice. And kind of got KP or stanky, depending on how the play develops. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe we want Cap to fully commit to trying to take away this pass to Juice, basically just forcing him to go around, because we know we have Dial coming up, we have as backup, and then I can curl back to cover Stanky or Juice, or I could come pressure Juice if he still ends up going that way. But instead, Cap kind of skates with Hawk, which gives Juice a ton of room to work with. And so again, because Dial's over here, I'm sort of as Stanky and I'm sort of on Juice, but I mean, because I'm so far away from Juice, I'm also worried about Stanky. And so I was starting to kind of turn towards Stanky, but then I realized I have to go to Juice, and it is possible that Cap can get back on this. But if Juice gets this right away, he potentially can hit Stanky on a like up here, but will be able to come back and cover him. But again, it was just going back to whether or not on this part, if we want Cap to just force Hawk to go around with this by taking away the pass to Juice, since I'm so far away, I mean, I can't really pressure him. So I mean, that's just something I guess we need to think about. Because right here, I'm a little worried about Stanky, so I'm not sure if I should commit to this. Cap is capable of getting over here. He does try and hit Stanky, but does a good job clearing that away. So this next one's right here. This one, I go around the boards, and I potentially should have gone same to Cap. Right now, Cap doesn't look very open with Juice and Stanky both on me. I'm kind of worried that if I do go back same, Stanky might just pick it off. And I see both these guys here, so I choose to go around. But we're going to see that Juice actually turns away from this, which leaves Cap wide open. But I mean, it happens pretty quick. So we'll see right here, Cap's pretty open. Again, I'm a little worried if I try and go same, Stanky can get it. So I just elect to go straight around. And then we actually, if Om's able to receive this, he does have an across to Cap here. But it gets broken up. So then I think we're going to skip ahead a little bit. So I don't think much happens. That gets tipped, luckily. It's kind of scary. I'm going to go to right around here. So again, wait, hold on, I'll just let it play out a little bit. So again, I'm going to get the puck. And I see Hawk here. Juice is going to follow me, and I know Om's going to go here, and Dial's probably going to go towards this boards too. And so I see Cap's pretty covered by him and him, so I elect to go around. And potentially I should have just skated this one, but because I see Dial and I mean, essentially wide open, it seems to make sense to just get it over. And doesn't have a ton of options really right here. Potentially Cap should come back a little bit to give him an easy across pass, or I can be that across option. I mean, potentially could just send it all the way back around because Juice is up here, and then I could get it or Cap could get it. But we just turn it over. And I mean, this will play when we're in this situation. I know mistakes happen, but I mean, we have a lot of room to work with, so we should be able to at least dump it at the very least and get it out. So the next one's going to be in a little bit, so just let it play. We are able to sort of recover. We hit a little lucky here, a good block, I think, by Dial or someone. I probably should have skipped forward because we got another 10 seconds. We just barely missed this one, actually. On this pass right here. I mean, this would have been a tough play to make because Kill is right on Dial. We're able to get it up and out. Actually, decent shot opportunity here. And then so here, I'm going to dump this in. And so Cap's he ends up going down here and skating it up around these boards, but he sort of loses it. I think Cap could either try and skate with it around or just let the puck go all the way around to Dial, because Stanky's up here, Juice is coming this way, Hawk's kind of covering the middle of the net. So Dial would be pretty open if this just gets let around, because I don't think Hawk would have gotten to that in time. Let's let it play. We gotta get lucky here because it looks like Kill's gonna get this, but Cap's able to get in. We almost get an opportunity there. So then again we get it deep. Here's one Again, I'm not sure about this upcoming one, but I just want to point it out. So I get it in deep again. Dial's going to pressure it. So Dial's kind of going for the puck and covering kill. Um's on Hawk and I'm on Juice. So in my mind, Captain's kind of responsible for Stanky and also the middle of the ice. But instead, Cap kind of commits to covering the around to Juice, but I'm already on Juice. So we'll see. I mean, I probably give him too much space here. I should probably be a little bit closer on Juice. But I think part of the reason why I might be giving him space because I see Cap's already going over there. But what this ends up doing is now basically responsible for both Hawk and Stanky, and I guess I'm responsible for Juice and Hawk. So he goes up to Stanky, and now Um's got a tough decision whether or not he should pressure this. And because he does pressure this, I then realize my concern is both Hawk and Juice. So we're in a tough spot because Cap's not really in position to cover anyone at this point. I mean, he sort of has Juice, but Stanky has the puck here. And Juice, again, see, now I'm in this weird position. Do I cover Hawk or Juice? Either way, that means someone else can be open, right? So that's why I'm thinking Cap maybe instead of fully committing to Juice, maybe just either hang out in the middle or if I see you, let's go back a little bit. So if I see Cap follow Stanky, then I know for sure my coverage is Juice, so I'll cover that, and then can cover Hawk. So if Cap was instead of going this way, if he's more towards the middle or closer to Stanky, then this isn't an option, right? So I mean, I feel like a lot of the times our defensive mistakes and stuff are sometimes happening in the offensive zone because there's just a tough play for the defense. Potentially maybe shouldn't have pressured this because Cap's potentially able to get over there, but at the same time, with how fast this happens, I don't really blame him. I generally think we do need to pressure these plays. But yeah, I'm not sure if they actually do anything with this, at least right away. He shoots it wide. Oh yeah, they actually do score. And I potentially should have stayed on Hawk better, but what I was doing was I was trying to get in position if Juice takes a shot, I wanted to be able to potentially block it. And he does get the shot off, and I almost get a piece of it. It just barely goes over my stick. Again, maybe I should have been closer to Hawk. But yeah, Hawk's able to tip it down. I mean, even if I am closer to Hawk, unless I fully body him out, he's still potentially able to make this play. So, I mean, that's just a tough one. And again, it all starts off their breakout that I think we make too easy. Should run it one more time. So, I mean, I'm open to hear your guys' suggestions on how we need to play this better. Because I'm not really sure if there is an answer. But that was just my take on this play. And it's kind of unfortunate. Both the shot and the tip were really solid. I could have played it better, but I don't think I played it awfully. But again, so this is the face off. It's going to go up again back to Hawk. Let's move it back a little bit. So again, I'm kind of worried about Juice here, but I'm also worried about Guy because Dial's kind of behind him and off this way. So if Hawk's able to make a perfect pass, granted it's got to be pretty perfect, he can hit the inside of Guy here. Does have over coverage. We're gonna see this actually ends up being pretty close. And with Guy, you never know with shit like this. He just barely misses getting a shot off. Shit, I like freaked out. So I don't think we have anything for a little bit, so I'm going to skip forward. It's coming up here. So I'm going to do a good job stealing this. And so right here, I'm sort of responsible for Juice and Hawk. I'm sort of responsible for Juice and Stanky. Cap's pressuring, Dial's trying to get back. And since I have the over on Juice, I should probably be a little bit tighter, but again, I was kind of trying to make sure Hawk wasn't able to make a play. Does a good job recognizing he's got over support, so he cuts us off, but then instead of just getting in deep, we lose it. I mean, not an easy play. Let's kind of slow it down once we get there. So, I mean, we do have Dial right here. I mean, it's not an easy play because it kind of bounced off your stick weird. But I feel like at the very least we need to just get this deep. It does look like you have room here. Oh, it's getting all goofy gangles. Shit, what have I done? But then I fuck up really bad here. This is inexcusable. That's terrible. I had a good opportunity here to make a play. Maybe I could have just skated, but I saw we had kind of two guys deep, sort of. Dial is coming back, but I was trying to just get a backhand shot off, basically. I should have just probably passed it to Dial. I was a little worried Juice potentially could have picked it off. Unlikely. But yeah, I just completely fucked this play up. Terrible play. I'm sort of able to recover. But then it goes right to Hawk. And I'm not able to get back there. And turn the other way. Luckily, good recovery by Cap, force it wide. And we're able to clear it. So I mean, kind of just a series of mistakes leading to opportunities for the opponent's team. They didn't really do anything there. It was basically all just our own mistakes that we easily should be able to clean up, which I mean is good, but the bad thing is we continue to make those mistakes. Here, maybe I should have just passed this around right away. I don't want to be too predictable though, so that's why I decided to skate it, but then I don't really have a great option once I do that. Maybe I could have gone back around to start to skate this, and then Dial and Cap are kind of in the same spot, and Hawk's sort of covering both. So maybe I should have gone back to It's not easy to do a backhand back around pass here, as we kind of saw earlier in one of the plays where got it to Dial, but that is open. I also potentially could have tried to go across, but that's a little dangerous with the positioning Juice has. So I just go up same, and it's almost picked. We're able to get it in deep. Almost make a play off it. And then the last one's going to be towards the end. We get kind of lucky here. They're unable to connect there. It looked like Goose was trying to play that, but I wasn't sure. So this last one's up here. So on this one, Dow does a good job coming back and is able to get this. And what I want to do is, so I'm here, Cap's here. I want to go across and be aggressive since Dial's coming back. I want to give him an across option, and if that's the case, I'm kind of expecting Cap to skate same side or even center. So I'm trying to get away from Stanky Dangles to give a cross pass. So actually the one who gets it, and Dial's in front of him for an option. But because I see basically three of us going forward, I get a little nervous, and I kind of slow down a bit here. See a slowdown like right there. And then I see Caps coming across, and because we have three guys up, and I should have read this better because I should have just pressured this, but I don't. But at the same time, if Cap, you're gonna play this aggressively, I don't get why instead of cutting this off and making sure he can't get around you, you kind of, instead you, whoops, why did that happen? You kind of just skate past him. I'm not sure. I guess maybe you're hoping you'd miss it, but against this team, you can't really expect them to miss easy plays like that. And again, I'm partially responsible. I probably should have just been more aggressive on this, but I got a little gun shy going up too far with three of us kind of pressuring, and then I turn back and there's time space. Dial does a good job there pressuring, and then does a good job recovering on that play. But again, just kind of slight miscommunications and minor mistakes leading to opportunities the opponent shouldn't be getting if we're playing as well as we should be. So I'm curious what your guys' take is on some of these plays. It's obviously only the first period. Might do the second period as well, as we didn't play particularly well there either. All right,